I'm Gregory Mosley, martial art instructor, and this is Martial Art Universe, bringing you the finest of the martial arts from around the world. Point.
There was this man called the Black Dragon, Ron Van Cleef, and at that moment, I wanted to become like that image that I saw.
I was lynched by the Ku Klux Klan in 1963 in Kingston, North Carolina. This is my story.
In November 2021, our martial art family lost a great kung fu grandmaster and martial art brother. Grandmaster George Crayton Jr. was a retired martial art tournament champion, teacher, and a valued mentor to his many students for decades. I had the honor of not only knowing him for decades, but was honored to witness his great student promotional event with my other senior martial art family at his kung fu school in Farmingdale, New York a couple of years ago. He will be truly missed.
I started training martial arts when I was 4 years old. I'm 67. I'm a warrior. When I was young, I claimed the title of martial artist. But martial artist puts a label of limitation upon what I do and how I do. I came up. My style is called Wang Shao Dai. Predominantly, it's built, the foundation is bot made. Anybody knows the old kung fu movies, you see the guy with the white hair, the white eyebrows, and that. It's a killing style.
We come, everything comes to me. So if I'm coming, he's coming here. This comes off. It's always 7. That's how it works. But Greg is always coming. So what's going to do? I'm going to introduce certain people. This is Grandmaster George from Ed Parker's Kempo. Round of applause. You Kempo too, right?
Yes.
This is Greg Mosley, Grandmaster Greg Mosley. Also Kempo. Which Kempo?
Tracy Kempo.
Tracy Kempo. Round of applause. Nephew, Mark Lai from Thailand School, Xinyi Dao. wife said to start playing this. I can go on and name the styles he's from. Sifu Guang. So, as my nephew, this is, everybody knows him, man. Sifu Bill Fong. People say to me, how do you keep the students that's been with you so long? I've got students that's been with me 40 years, 30 years, 32 years, 20-something years. Matter of fact, how long you been with me, Paul? How long have you been with me?
41 years.
How many?
41 years. Sir.
Jesus. This makes you feel like you're getting old, man. But that's good. That's longevity. How long you been with me, Jeff?
About 40 years.
You were with me before Paul.
About 42.
42 years. Yeah, same? The longest is Betty. Betty's been with me the longest. Betty's with me before everybody. So she's been with me about 46 years.
There you go. See, Joe, is that he's saying 46 years, 42 years, 41 years. You know how many people that I know and that he knows, that we all know, that ask me, are you still doing that? Are you still training? You know how many people said, oh, I used to do this and I used to do that. And I said, well, what are you doing now? Are you still doing it? Why would you stop? People ask me, I said, that's not what I do, it's what I am. It's not what he does, it's what he is. I know this man a very long time. And the one thing he has always been is truthful. He said, this is what I do, this is my thing. He's never been deceitful about that, ever. I've told plenty of people that. A lot of people, he'll tell you, people might say, oh, George Crayton, this or that. I said, listen, there's one thing he's not. He's not a liar. He says, this is what I do, this is my kungfu pie, and that's what it's always been, that's what it is. I always respected him for that. We competed in tournaments against each other as well. We've been friends for a long time. We've been enemies for a long time. You know, that's the way it is in the martial art world. But you see where we are today. We're here because of longevity, all right? And we're here because it's real. See, what we do is real, and that's what brings us back together, because we're real. We're real people and real martial artists, you know? Today, the biggest thing today is MMA. Wait till you see the MMA guys when they're our age. See how they look. They're falling apart now.
Yeah.
They're falling apart, you see? Because martial arts is not just about fighting. It's also about life, and it's about living, you see? My Grandmaster, I saw him before he died. He was 103 years old. I went to Hong Kong to go visit him. He's in his deathbed. Lum Joe. He's one of the people that actually popularized Hung Gar across outside of China. Okay, 103 years old. When I saw him before that, he was 100, and he could grab me and throw me across the room at 100. You see, I said, now that's kung fu right there. You see, because I want to do that at 100. I don't be walking around like this, looking out a window, and just standing and waiting for my Social Security check to come in. You see, because even without money, you have kung fu. You have that. I go out on a mountain with nobody around and nothing around, and I still be happy. I can go in a cave. As long as I got something to eat, got something to wear, I'll still be happy. You see? There was a movie put out many, many years ago, and the movie was called I Have Nothing But Kung Fu.
Yeah, remember that.
You see? And I believe that to this day, because if you have that, that crosses over everything. It crosses over your whole life. No matter what job you do, no matter where you go, no matter what friends you have, Kung Fu is always there for you. Friends come and go. Marriages come and go. You see, I've been married a couple of times, and people will say, hey, what about your wife? I said, my wife knows. Kung Fu is my first wife. That's it, all right? Because if you understand that, then we'll always be good. If you don't understand that, then you're not the person for me, you see? Because it doesn't have to be either or, you see? And I'm with my wife over 40 years, you see? Because it's not either or. She understands, this is what I do. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't hang out in bars, I don't chase women. All right? I do my kung fu, and she knows that, and that makes a happy home. You know? So just getting back to the martial arts, I see you all been here a long time. I've seen you, many of you, before. You did a good job. You're training hard. Keep training hard. Keep following the C. Joe's advice. And, you know, good luck to you in training. And also, congratulations on all your promotions and your vices.
Thank you, sir. This is not a job for me. This is a way of life. I've been doing this for so long. You gotta realize, I've been training since I was 4 years old. Like I started my son when he was 3. George was competing by the time he was 5, 6 years old. He was already out there competing. People couldn't believe the long forms he was doing. And like Carl said, I never, you know, said anything that I learned from other people, I kept to myself. And then I started pushing my own thing. And then people say, well, that's not real kung fu. So I said, you know what? I'm going to get out here and I'm going to show everybody what's real and what's not real. And that's what happened. And then, there's an old expression, they say, well, you could be good, but that don't mean your students are good. So I started taking my students out. Back in the day when Betty was competing out there, she was the only female I had at that point. I tell you, people talk about martial arts, and I tell parents, you should keep your kid training. Whether your kid wants to or not, you should keep your kid training. And I'm going to tell you why. Sifu Carl Romaine was in a bad accident. They used to use his picture on the billboards because they told him he would never, ever walk again. Never. And because he was a martial artist, he trained and did what he had to do, and he went out there and started competing all over the world and winning. Paul was in a bad motorcycle accident. His foot was literally almost completely off. When I say it was hanging by skin, so they told him he was done. He was done. Meanwhile, he came back and he's like one of the top fighters out there. You know what I mean? That's what martial arts does for you. People don't understand that. They just think it's about kicking and punching, but it's about improving yourself. It's about, you know what I mean, pushing yourself beyond those limits. You know. You guys would, you look at Carl, tell them how old you are, Carl.
66.
Now you can see why we've been around. When's your birthday?
July 4th.
Oh.
1952.
Damn. Now, you know what I mean? Nobody's, I look at all these people out there now, they say, oh, they've been doing this and doing that. And she's not like that. You know, she's like, she don't care if you mention her or not. I mention her. I mentioned the twins, because they was out here banging girls. My arch enemy used to say, well, that's not real kung fu. Well, how come none of your students can beat mine? And he wouldn't fight. So, because the bottom line is this. I'm still doing good. Still got all my students, except for the ones I kicked out. Nobody left. I just get rid of it. Negativity. Don't need it. Don't want it. You know, that expression, one bad apple can spoil a barrel. You know what I mean? I just kick it out. But today's is going to be a short day because we have to be at the restaurant at 5.
It really is. You know, I mean, there are styles when we wear pie. Yeah. And, you know, I go to schools that give lip service to it. No, this is the real, actual working model. And you are so blessed. And for years, I wanted to meet this man. I would read the New York-based magazines. I would read about his career, and I finally got to meet him at a tournament in Cape Cod. Actually, the man in the corner there, Michael DiMaggio, his instructor, Glenn Hart, ran that tournament. So I was always grateful to him for that. I'm grateful for him bringing me to this event and meeting all of you. You are so blessed. At which point you respond with, yeah, I know that. But truly, you are so fortunate. You are so blessed to work with this man. And, you know, to see the multitude assembled for this event means the world to me. And to be in such a special ceremony. I mean, how many people are going for disciple? How many people are being 3? That's huge. How many people got the tattoo? I see his. Who else is tattooed here? 2. I mean, that's amazing. And it's such an honor to be here, and I just want to say, you know, thank you so much for allowing me to be here. Thank you so much for being the presence of a legend. You say a Kung Fu legend, and it was like, you know, this man is a legend. And whether you're on the cover of Warrior Magazine or Action Martial Arts Magazine, which I forgot to bring the autograph, by the way, but you're truly blessed. And I'm really looking forward to getting to meet all of you and get to know you, and hopefully interviewing your instructor for our television program, Martial Arts Today TV. Get a chance to check it out online on YouTube. Again, it's a joy and a privilege. And I know who you are. That was the coolest part with that. I know. The minute you walked in, you were just like so humble. And no, you're a legend, lady. I know who you are. I remember the tournaments. It was but again, from the bottom of my heart, Shishini, Bojan, thank you.
And this is a little different, but it says the same thing. But this person I haven't known as long as Joe, but I've known almost since I've been out here, Farmingdale. Land of the weird, home of the confused, very little sense of loyalty. But as long as I've known him, he's treated me good, he's treated my students good. We go to his restaurant, we eat at least once, twice a week, or every other week, or every week we're there. You know, he's one of the few players that I've been to and eat. I get a free thing of scotch. Fixes me anything I want to eat if he doesn't have it, or whatever. So this award is a declaration of honor, and we at Luke probably appreciate everything he does for us and the way he treats us. This is for Mike Chang. He's in the Marine Corps. Came back. Other people went away, came back. Some of them never come back. I don't want it. Little kids. But the first one I'm gonna give this to is Jael Bird. Thank you, sir. Thank you. The second one is my traveling brother and Sonic brother, and martial arts brother, son. Trying to make him smile. He's looking like he wants to kill everybody. And that's for Abel Thompson. Hey, this is again, this is all of them getting their second degree blacks. If anybody attacks me, he's a cop. Thank you. You give a hug, nobody else you want. Last but not least, this person's come a long way again. We'll get it together. He's starting to teach the classes on Monday night. What I'm hearing, people start to enjoy that. I wasn't sure about him at one point, you know, but now I'm proud of him. He's come a long way. He's doing good. He's in college, you know, taking college, studying real hard, partying real hard. No, this goes out to Clyde. Okay, let's make sure you have it upside down. I gotta cover this because I ain't holding it, man. True military.
Have a word, sir?
That's it.
Have a word?
Sure.
I joined
Local Pi, right before I turned 12. Training a long time and got my black sash. And afterwards, before I turned 17, I left. Went into construction, joined the Marine Corps, went around the world. I realized I wasn't a part of Local Pi, but at that point, through boot camp, Afghanistan, meeting my girlfriend, having kids, I realized that Local Pi was always a part of me, and that's why I came back. So she gave me the weapons, the tools to become a better man, father, and husband. So I thank you. And this K-Bar, which is a Marine Corps fighting tool, represents the weapons you gave me.
Yeah.
Where I take this particular people as sons or daughters. Today it's 3 sons. This will most likely be my last year doing bike shift. It's unfortunate. I had said I wasn't going to do it before, but certain people I just think deserve it. But this is actually, these are my last 3 books. I won't order anymore. If I order more, that means I'm thinking about taking another one. I don't want to do that. So, the guys that are in here now, you're in. The guys that are down. So, as of today, after the ceremony, there's a tea drinking ceremony. They have to burn the incense at the altar, and they have to come down. Bill will explain certain things, and they offer the tea. I drink the tea. If I don't drink the tea, they don't become a disciple. If I drink the tea, that means I accept them into the family. Once that's done, they go down here to whoever I send them down to, and they'll sign their thing as a witness. They go back up with Bill. And I gotta watch Bill, because I know Bill, he's sneaky. He's supposed to do the tea in there. He's probably pouring liquor inside the tea. He does that every year to me. First year he got me real bad, because they didn't tell me. I just grabbed it. Yeah. They were smiling. Pedro and all of them was laughing. They thought it was funny. But that's what this is. That's why you see the three red books. The whole thing about being a disciple is to spread the art, my art. It's to teach it. Not to sit up on your butt and gather up under me and always want to be around me, but you're not spreading what I taught you. And the one thing you got to remember, like Carl said and Greg said, you're spreading my art, not somebody else's. This style, Wong Chao, is my style. I put it together, not somebody else. And people can say what they want to say. Nobody says nothing now anymore. But they used to talk a lot of garbage. But all those who talk garbage, none of them beat me. So until you beat me to shut me up, you got nothing to say about my style. And we dominated on the tournament scene. Not just me, but my students. So you come from a strong heritage, strong lineage. It's up to you as disciples to push it. Not just to be around and don't do jack. I don't need that. Style don't need that, because the most important thing you got to remember is one day, hopefully it'll be a long way away, I'm not going to be here. What happens to the style in the school? And Carl can tell you, so many guys have died, and some of the Chinese in the old days were so stingy and so not wanting to leave stuff to people, right? Or not wanting to share it with non-Orientals, that their style died. Died, gone. Nobody's teaching it. I don't want that. I spent too many years busting my butt, getting out here fighting all over the world and doing forms and weapons to make sure that my style lasts. Not that when I pass, it dies. Martial arts is about discipline. Don't send your kid in here to learn martial arts. This is not a babysitting center. This is not an afternoon center where you send them in here to have fun. You send them in here to learn and to learn discipline. That's what they're going to get in here. See, the baby agrees. So, that's how it is. And a true martial artist with love, respect, friendship, and brotherhood from Grandmaster George Crayton, direct disciple of Grandmaster Lu Chin Do, direct disciple of Grandmaster Li Hung Yi, president and founder of the International Kung Fu Federation.
And this is presented to an old-time friend, Grandmaster George Crayton Jr.
Wonderful words. It's breaking my heart, and I'm very honored and blessed. For those of you who don't know, he honored me by mentioning my instructor, Ed Parker. For those of you who do not know, today is the 28th anniversary of his passing. And I was at the Gathering of Eagles, and my other instructor, David German, unfortunately something came up, and he was at the event but couldn't attend, and I had to go up and accept the award. And I said a phrase, and I want to say it here. First of all, to quote that great master of martial arts, Lilo and Stitch, Ohana means family, nobody gets left behind. And also, we have another phrase in Hawaiian, Kaloha. It means beloved. This is your beloved instructor. At the end of the day, after you receive your award, bow, give him a hug. Last time I saw Ed Parker, state your mind, right? You go, nah, Cedro don't hug. Sure don't, no, it's just not right. I understand that, but you know what? The last time I was with Ed Parker, and he gave me this big hug, and I didn't know how to react, and I could never hug him again. Take a moment. You have a beloved instructor, a beloved art, and a beloved family, and you are truly blessed, and I am truly blessed for receiving this.